Good evening, friends. Hello from Ukraine and welcome to the update on the day 269 of the war between Russia and Ukraine, when Russia invaded Ukraine after all the promises, all the international agreements to respect Ukrainian sovereignty and the borders. They are aggressors. They are killing our people, kids, destroying schools, houses, just trying to build a new empire. And Ukraine are fighting, and we stand for our freedom. Thank you, all the people who stand with us in that war. So, what's going on right now in Ukraine? On the battlefield. Serious situation, and the most difficult fights goes on in area of Bakhmut, in area of Avdiivka, in Novopavlovka. And I decided today to share a little bit. When we say that serious situation, it means that a lot of losses from both sides. And here's a fragment of video, how it looks like. This is the Russian artillery destroying Ukrainian city Bakhmut. Look at this. So our guys are fighting there and paying the highest incredible crazy price for the freedom of our nation. And we respect them and support them, and we will not stop. Belarus, according Kirill Sazonov, there is a high possibility of attack of Belarusian and Russian army from Belarusian side, from the north of Ukraine onto Volyn area, Volyn district. And we're preparing, and our guys are prepared, but this is reality. And by the way, as you know, the Russian forces, the group, were preparing, and they were having special trainings on the territory of Belarus. And at this moment, it's finished, it's complete, and it's already confirmed that those groups are already noted. Let's say people were seeing these troops in the area of temporary occupied Lugansk city. So we know that, and we're preparing. So next, according to Maxim Tinchenko, which works in energy system of Ukraine, one of the companies, he said that it is highly possible to have a long-term disconnection or not working system, electricity system and energy system in Ukraine. And it doesn't mean that our system and our professionals, our guys, are not doing the perfect job. They're doing incredible job, and we do respect them, because to be honest, yes, we have regular attacks of Russian terrorists, and they're effectively destroying our substations in other places, the center of energy system of Ukraine. But in the short terms, our guys are restoring it. And as you know, as you see right now, I have electricity, I have internet connection, and it's in all of the Ukraine, and they're stabilizing after of the every new wave of shelling attacks on the centers of energy system of Ukraine. They're doing in the short terms, restoring it. This is the war, but our people already informed that it's possible. The situation at the time when we can have the situation no electricity. It can be days or even 3 days, up to 10 days possible. This is why it was recommended for the people, if they have a outside of the village house, like let's say outside of the city, in the village house, where they can have like a special stove or something to have not everything connected to electricity. I mean, like the heating system and so on. It was recommended to move there and to spend time there, at least winter. As well, the goal for the whole population of Ukraine is to limit a little bit, for people would limit their usual normal life consumption of electricity up to 24%. If we will do it, then we will go well. This is the situation we have. Evacuation from Kherson. Our government started a new program, and it's already announced to the people who lives in the citizen of Kherson and Kherson district, if they wish, and it's highly recommended to leave Kherson area and to move to more safe place or part of Ukraine, to the west side of Ukraine, with a guarantee from the government of accommodation and covering the expense, like the minimum expense needed for people would live. So the food and all the things, for people would have a care. So this program is announced, this program is working, and our country are taking care person by person, family by family. This process goes on in Kherson area. I wanted to share about that. Russia signed a contract. It's officially they made this deal and it's officially confirmed. They have a contract with Iran for producing, its cooperation of Iran and Russia for producing new generation drones, armored drones, and on the territory of Russia. And it's serious situation. They will be producing the drones and the missiles, as I know. And this is the serious situation. This is open situation that this country are working in the military area. I would say the war area, together, cooperation to fight against of Ukraine and the other countries for sure. What is important next for Ukraine? That the Prime Minister of Great Britain, Mr. Sunak, visited Ukraine, and he was walking in Kyiv with President Zelynskyy, seeing different pictures, different sides and the parts of history, what was going on in this war. And his words for the support is very important for us. He said that he did promise that the Great Britain will stay all the way with Ukraine. They know how to fight for the sovereignty, and Prime Minister Sunak said that the Great Britain will stay with Ukraine all the way together. This is important, and it's good. Thank you. Thank you. By the way, Pastor Greg got a call from the Women's Widow Group in Greensburg, Pennsylvania, and its leaders, Angie Kuhn. These incredible people are about to make a special buy of the and special help for Ukrainian women's widow people. I mean, the women's in Ukraine with the warm clothes and the gloves and the other stuff. So, and this help, I mean, this aid will be transported, will be shipped out together with the other humanitarian aid. It was in preparation, and it will be shipped in the beginning of December with the other items we're gathering right now in US. So you are incredible. Thank you from Ukraine, and thank you from this group, from our society, and from all these people it will be given to. This is important, and this is I mean, it's expression of love. Thank you. And the main part of this update is it's probably better to look at what President Zelynskyy said the month ago. It was October 13. He was interviewed by German company, and he was telling the things which is interesting to hear. And let's firstly look at this and hear and what he's saying.
And now I will try to describe the picture to you, and then you will see whether it is likely or not. So they blew up the Nord Stream 1. Yes, they blew it. What for? Then they will strike on the gas transportation system of Ukraine. So that they are not accused, they will make a terrorist attack on their territory. Because if they hit our gas transportation system and it is clear that they are doing it, then they will have big penalties. But they must supply gas to Europe and so on. So they blew up Nord Stream 1, and they will blow up something else. They don't care. It is their style. They will blow up something up. They will accuse us, Ukrainians, in that, and will hit our gas transportation system, because in that case they will say that we were just reacting. After that, they will say, look, we just do not have the opportunity to supply gas to Europe. And we urgently need to launch Nord Stream 2, which you are not launching. By the way, you are Germans. They will say you are Germans and you must give us this opportunity because you must lobby to take off sanctions against Russia. Otherwise, Europe will be left without gas because of Ukraine. This is what the plan will be. And here we need to tell everyone about this now and to reporters about it. And now we need to let them know a clear position. That if Russia continues to blow up this energy system, which is that way already European, even if it's on the territory of Russia or Ukraine, it influences Europe. If you are provoking, we will not launch Nord Stream 2 for you.
So, what has happened today? Just guess. Yes. There were a huge explosion in an area close to St. Petersburg, Russian territory, quite deep in Russia, and it was an explosion of, yes, it's a huge gas pipe, and this pipe, it's like a gas line, let's say, transport main line, and it was going to Nord Stream 1, which was exploded by, officially nobody knows, but we know reality, and we know what we just heard, what President Zelynskyy said about that. So, and it is not just to Nord Stream 1, but it was as well, it goes to the station of Portova, and the other one important, let's say, point of that main line. So, and you can see how terrible is it, and we will see what will be going, I mean, after that. And looks like the Russia is preparing and this terror not just for Ukrainians but for the Europe. And I think it's highly possible that we will hear the next that it will be not possible for Russia to transport and to export the gas, natural gas, to Europe. And for Europe would start, experiencing the same, I mean, not the same, but some problems with the gas. I mean, with the lack of gas, and this is the pressure Russia creating for Europe, and with the goal to put it, I mean, to bring all the society, all the European leaders to the moment that they will deal and make a decision what to do, if to release Nord Stream 2, to stop helping the way European countries helping Ukraine, or to start creating pressure on President Zelynskyy and leaders of Ukraine. And this is a challenging. And I want to remind you the words of the President of Poland. He said, the only way Poland can be involved in this Russian-Ukrainian war straight if the whole world will leave Ukraine without help. And this is a serious position, and I think this is what Putin wants. He wants to create a pressure on all possible countries and the leaders, and terrorizing people, especially people who are used to live in comfort, who are used to have, I mean, the life in, let's say, on control. And they have money for everything. They know how much money they will spend for the heating this month, or in, I mean, after the 10th month later. And this is what Putin, he wants to terrorize, and when, especially when the people experiencing fear, and they don't know what to do, they don't know what to expect, they experiencing fear about, I mean, to Putin, to Russians, to Russia, to all of these threats about using nuclear nuclear weapon, and to the threats that the Europe will be disconnected from the gas, Russian gas. And it was building with the years, having this these binds, I would say, to Russia. And now Russia is using and pulling all the possible ropes, let's say, to control, to manipulate by European leaders, the countries, and making them to stop Zelynskyy and Ukrainians to fight and bring Ukraine to negotiations. And as probably you as well know, that the President Zelynskyy said that the only possible, the real peace, possible only after total destroying of Russian army. Not just temporary short trace which Putin wants to do, and this like pause to reinforce and then to continue attacking and killing people, not just in Ukraine but in Europe as well. But no negotiation at this moment. Our president said no negotiations, only after Ukraine will get back its border line which we had in 1991, and only then. Plus nobody wants to talk to terrorism, to negotiate with the terrorists, and this is what Ukrainians are doing. So one more time, thank you for staying with us, thank you for help, for comments, thank you for your likes, which helps more people to see these programs. Thank you for your donations, which helps us to buy the things we buy here, the grains, the oils, which helps us to transport it to the most needed places, as well to support our military guys with all needed things. Today, by the way, we finished and we've sent 6 sets, like first aid personal kits, medical kits, with all needed things, tourniquets and occlusive seals you were buying. And so thank you, and 6 more people will be more prepared for a serious situation on the war. And thank you one more time. Have a great evening and good night.